Tom, if you were right here, we'd buy you a cup of coffee.
That'd be nice, because no one's giving me any coffee this morning.
Wow.
I'm out in Denver. It's pretty
What's
early
going
out
on
here.
in that bureau?
Yeah, who are you blaming for that?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to have a story that I know is going to take you off. A lack of cooperation that we hear has been dished out by mayors in certain cities, liberal cities across the country. Well, it reared itself in Fairfax, Virginia. They suspended a police officer for get this, turning in an illegal immigrant over to ICE. Can you wrap your head around that?
No, I can't. It's totally disgusting. Here's a police officer responding to a traffic accident caused by an illegal alien that has no driver's license, has no insurance. He ran him through the system. There's an outstanding warrant from ICE because he's in the country legally. He's a fugitive from justice because he didn't show up in court. The cop was being a cop. And for the chief to suspend him, maybe the chief ought to remember what it's like to be a cop. Because the chief stopped being a cop and he made that decision. He became a politician. It's disgusting. What's happening in Chicago is the same thing. The most violent city in the country, and their mayor wants police to walk away from other police. And ICE has arrested many criminals off the streets of Chicago. She ought to be sending a letter of thank you, not telling her police officers to walk away from ICE. It's disgusting.
Well, the Fairfax Police Chief Edwin Rosler Jr. had the statement regarding this, and he said, "This is an unfortunate issue where the officer was confused. We have trained on this issue a lot. This is the first time we've had a lapse in judgment, and the officer is being punished." Okay, that's from the top cop there. But in addition to being punished, Tom Homan, he's also being retrained. Ugh.
Well, first of all, he's not the top cop. He's a politician because he stopped being a cop and made that decision. The only confusion here is the chief forgot what it's like to be on the streets and protect the communities. ICE is helping him. You know how many criminal aliens ICE has taken off the streets of Fairfax? I mean, law enforcement is supposed to work on law enforcement. That's what this is about, to keep the community safe. ICE is not the bad guy. If that warrant would have been from the FBI or DEA or from another county, another city, this wouldn't be a story today. He would have been turned over. This is all because it's the political theater of immigration enforcement, and that chief and that city council, they're politicians. And again, the community comes second. Politics comes first.
You know what really makes me mad in that story, though, Tom? It's the fact that here's this officer. Taxes are being pulled out of his paycheck. He's putting his life on the line every single day. He gets punished, but that illegal immigrant gets to walk free, and there's no punishment for him.
Fantastic point, and I've been saying over and over again, this world's upside down when those who illegally enter the country in violation of law, who knowingly violate our law, all of a sudden they're the victims, and the ones who enforce law are the bad guys. I don't know where we're at in this country. You know, thank God we got a president who's trying to turn it back around the way it should be. But it's totally disgusting. It's unbelievable. And I read the story. I had to read it 3 or 4 times. I couldn't believe the decision made by that chief.